Hi everyone. Today we talk about one more nucleic acid, RNA, that is ribose nucleic acid. It is also a polymer of nucleotide. RNA is also a polymer of nucleotide just like DNA. Nucleotide has same three component as in DNA, and these components are: first one is pentose sugar. Pentose sugar is ribose in case of RNA. Second component is nitrogenous base. They are of two types as in DNA, purines and pyrimidines. Purines are, as in case of DNA, similar in case of RNA, that is adenine and guanine. Adenine represented by A and guanine represented by G. Pyrimidine, thymine is replaced by uracil in case of RNA. In case of DNA, thymine is present, but in case of RNA, thymine is not there, which is replaced by uracil and is represented by U. Another pyrimidine is cytosine, as in case of DNA. This is the difference in DNA and RNA. In DNA, thymine nitrogenous base is present, but in case of RNA, thymine is replaced by uracil. The third component of nucleotide is phosphoric acid. Let us draw the structure of nucleotide, ribonucleotide. This is the pentose sugar with 1 oxygen and 5 carbon. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5th is present on the short arm. This is the pentose sugar, that is ribose pentose sugar. क्या स्ट्रक्चर है राइबोस पेंटोज शुगर का डिऑक्सीराइबोस से किस तरह से डिफरेंट है? एट कार्बन नंबर 2, in case of deoxyribose, hydrogen is only there, but in case of ribose sugar, OH functional group is there. At third position, OH functional group is there. This is the structure of ribose sugar. With this ribose sugar, at carbon number 1, one of the nitrogenous base is attached with the help of glycosidic bond. And at carbon number 5, there is present phosphate group. So this is the structure of ribonucleotide, which polymerizes to forms the structure of RNA. What we read in case of DNA is a double stranded structure, but RNA is generally single stranded. It is a single stranded structure. That is why base pair rules and Chargaff rules are not apply here. बेस पेयर रूल्स और शर्गर्फ रूल आरएनए सिंगल स्ट्रैंडेड होने की वजह से वर्क नहीं करते हैं. Some of the exceptions are here where RNA is also double stranded. We talk about this later on. Now we talk about types of RNA. Three types of RNA are present. The first one is messenger RNA. This classification is based on their function. The first one is the messenger RNA. Its role to bring the information from DNA to ribosome for protein synthesis. It acts as a connecting link between messenger RNA and ribosome. DNA gives information of protein synthesis to messenger RNA, and messenger RNA with this information goes to the ribosome and where the protein synthesis takes place. That's why it is known as the messenger RNA. Second type of RNA is ribosomal RNA. Ribosomal RNA is attached to some proteins to form the ribosomes, and later on ribosome participate in protein synthesis. Third type of RNA is transfer RNA. As the name indicate, what is the function of transfer RNA? It is going to transport amino acid from cytoplasm to the site where protein synthesis is going on. क्या करता है ट्रांसफर आरएनए? अमीनो एसिड को साइटोप्लाज्म से पिकअप करता है और कहाँ ले जाता है? राइबोसोम के पास ले जाता है जहाँ पर प्रोटीन सिंथेसिस होनी है. दैट्स वाई इट इज नोन एज द ट्रांसफर आरएनए, बिकॉज इट ट्रांसपोर्ट अमीनो एसिड from cytoplasm to the site, that is ribosome, where protein synthesis takes place. This is the basic information about RNAs. Now we discuss in more detail, that is messenger RNA, in this video. So we talk about messenger RNA. The concept of messenger RNA is given by Jacob and Menard. In 1961. What is the concept? That is idea of a molecule, and that molecule is the messenger RNA, helping in transfer of information from DNA to ribosome for protein synthesis. किस तरह से DNA with the help of a molecule which is called messenger RNA carry the information from DNA and pass it to the ribosome where protein synthesis takes place. So simply messenger RNA क्या कर रहा है? It transfer the information from DNA to ribosome for protein synthesis. This was the concept which was given by Jacob and Menard in 1961. Now we look at how DNA transfer its information to the RNA. Here I am going to synthesize a DNA strand. These are the bases which are present on the DNA. Adenine, thymine, guanine, cytosine, adenine, thymine. So how RNA is synthesized on this help of nitrogenous bases present on the DNA. This is the RNA strand which is going to be copied from DNA. The nitrogenous base come on the RNA as adenine pair with the thymine, but in case of RNA thymine is not present, so adenine, in front of adenine there is present on RNA, that is uracil is there. Thymine is always pair with adenine. In front of G, C is there. In front of C, G is there, and adenine pair with thymine, so thymine is replaced by uracil in case of RNA, and thymine is paired with adenine. So this is how the formation of RNA is going from DNA. This is how the information is going to be transferred from DNA to RNA. This is the way of pairing of bases here. What we observe in case of eukaryotes, on DNA split genes are present. What are split genes? That is, DNA consists of exon which are the coding segment, and it also consists of introns, which are the non-coding segments. Such type of split genes we only observe in case of eukaryotes. What happens when DNA help in the formation of RNA? This is the DNA strand. On this messenger RNA is synthesized. What we read here, that is split genes are present in case of DNA. These are the exons and introns. Exon 1, exon 2, exon 3. In between them, introns are there. Introns are non-coding and exons are coding segment. When transcription takes place, what happens? In RNA also, coding and non-coding segments are present. These are the coding E1, E2 and E3. In between them, introns are there. This is not a messenger RNA. This is the precursor of messenger RNA, which we called it as heterogeneous nuclear RNA, in which both coding and non-coding segments are present. What happens next? Gene splicing takes place with the help of endonuclease enzyme. What is the role of endonuclease enzyme here? It cut down the non-coding intron segment with the help of gene splicing. और endonuclease enzyme यहाँ पर क्या करता है? It cut down the exon and intron segments. This process is known as splicing. Next, what happens? With the help of another enzyme that is known as the ligase enzyme. What is the function of ligase? It helps in connecting exon segments and loop out the intron segments. The structure formed here after gene splicing is highly unstable structure. This is stabilized by capping and tailing process. What is capping and what is tailing here? In case of capping, another segment is added on the 5' end of highly unstable structure, and this segment is made up of methylated guanine, and this is known as the capping. On the other end, that is the 3' end, about 200 to 300 molecules of adenines are added to form the polyadenile tail, in which about 200 to 300 molecules of adenines are added on the 3' end. Near to the methylated guanine cap at the start here are present the initiation codon, initiation codon are AUG in case of eukaryotes, and on the other end are present the stop codons. In between the initiation codon and stop codon, this is the region which represents the structural gene. So this is the structure of messenger RNA. The complete process, the formation of messenger RNA from DNA, is known as transcription. What happened in transcription? From DNA, precursor of messenger RNA is formed, that is known as heterogeneous nuclear RNA, in which coding and non-coding segments both are present. Gene splicing takes place. In gene splicing, what happens? First, endonuclease enzyme cut down the heterogeneous nuclear RNA and loop out the intron non-coding segments. Then with the help of ligase enzyme, coding segments are united together and give rise to highly unstable structure, which is stabilized with the help of two processes by capping and tailing. In the form of capping, on the 5' end methylated guanine cap is there, and in the form of tailing, about 200 to 300 molecules of adenyl are added to form the polyadenyl tail. In between the methylated cap and polyadenyl tail, what is there? At the 5' end, there is present the initiation codon, that is AUG, which starts the process, and on the other end, towards the 3' end, there are stop codons are present, which terminate the process. In between the initiation codon and stop codon, there are present the structural gene. So this is the structure of messenger RNA, which carry the information from DNA by the process of transcription and passes to the ribosome for protein synthesis. The process of transcription is carried out inside the nucleus, as DNA is present inside the nucleus in case of eukaryotes. After the complete formation of messenger RNA, it leaves the nucleus and goes into the cytoplasm, where messenger RNA attached with the ribosome, and with the help of ribosome, protein synthesis takes place. Now there is an interesting thing. For example, if we want to synthesize the 100 protein molecules, अगर हमें सेम टाइप ऑफ 100 प्रोटीन मॉलिक्यूल्स बनाने हैं, तो सेम मैसेंजर आरएनए 200 मॉलिक्यूल्स को बना सकता है? इट इज़ नॉट लाइक दैट. Every time we needed the fresh messenger RNA to form the fresh molecule of protein, whether it may be of same type. After the formation of protein molecules, the messenger RNA gets dissociated. So messenger RNA is the short-lived structure. Messenger RNA is short-lived. तो एवरी टाइम अगर हमें सिमिलर टाइप ऑफ प्रोटीन मॉलिक्यूल्स भी बनाने हैं, तो हमें हर बार ट्रांसक्रिप्शन के प्रोसेस के थ्रू हमारी बॉडी सेल को मैसेंजर आरएनए सिंथेसाइज करना पड़ेगा. मैसेंजर आरएनए से प्रोटीन सिंथेसिस होगी और प्रोटीन सिंथेसिस के बाद मैसेंजर आरएनए डिसोसिएट हो जाएगा. फ्रेश प्रोटीन मॉलिक्यूल्स बनाने के लिए हमें फिर से ट्रांसक्रिप्शन होगा हमारी बॉडी के अंदर, सेल के थ्रू मैसेंजर आरएनए बनेगा और वो फिर से फ्रेश डीएनए को बनाएगा. सो दिस इज ऑल अबाउट मैसेंजर आरएनए, its role to transfer the information from DNA to protein synthesis. That's why it is called as messenger RNA. This is all about in this video. I think the concept is very much clear to you all. Thank you so much.